Alright, hello guys. I haven't done an official review or tour of the ravine that I've built, and that's what we're going to be doing today. The way I'm going to be doing this is I'm just going to be going kind of level by level, doing all that stuff. And at the end, I'll kind of go back and go through any of the secret passageways and whatnot that we have here. I'll be showing off some of the functionality we have and some other stuff. Keep in mind that this is no longer our primary base, and a lot of stuff got moved over to the town. So not all of these rooms and stuff are fully furnished like they once were. Still doing this review just because, you know, I realized today that I hadn't done it like I have done my town, and I think that this is my best build ever, you know, that I've done so far. You know, the town doesn't compete with the ravine in my eyes. So, yeah, I'm in F1 mode right now. We are right outside the main entrance to the ravine, and let's go. I'm gonna shut that. These were put in place so that zombies or creepers or skeletons or whatever wouldn't just walk down here, because we had that problem in the early days. Okay, so this is kind of the main thing. That was kind of, this isn't, okay, let's start with this one. This isn't really a functional room. It just kind of serves as a kind of like a aesthetic thing, you know. I guess we could start with Elmer's build, you know, which, you know, yeah, like I said, a lot of the stuff isn't as furnished as it once was. So this was his main kind of thing. He had his shulker box in right here, you know, and he kind of, yeah. And yeah, so next up, you know, we're starting with this side, and then we're just gonna slowly move down the ravine. Oh jeez, hold on, let me make sure I move as much stuff out of my inventory as I can. Yeah, this one is untouched. I think mostly this was TD5 updates. Yeah, TD5 updates, a little apartment. He was our redstone guy. He's the one who did most of our kind of doors. He helped me with a spawner or two. Yeah, he did one spawner on his own, and he kind of walked me through a different spawner. You know, this was his kind of thing. And so let's see. If we're walking this way a bit more, yep, here you see we have a path. There are pathways, you know, pretty much everywhere to get to, you know, everything. This was actually my original way to get up to the surface, when this was the only apartment here, because yeah, this right here was the first thing that ever got built, and then I built everything kind of around this right here, because this got built, then yeah, I think it was this one that got built second, and then that got built. But yeah, this one goes both up and down, and this was my apartment. As you can see, it's pretty barren. I took all my furniture and whatnot with me, you know, when I moved, because I didn't want to make new stuff. I wanted just to take the stuff that I had. Now, if we're coming down this way, you know, you can see that waterfall and stuff right there. Now, in the earlier days, there used to be, oh, and the remnants of it are still here. Yeah, this was how we got over to the stuff over that way, the sea dome and stuff like that. But I didn't want to keep doing it. I wanted to make an official tunnel because I was running out of space. I wanted to make a tunnel, and I wanted to do some more functional stuff going along that tunnel, you know, which kind of happened, but kind of didn't at the same way. Yes, this was the storage area. We had tons of chests just lined up over here, all the way up to this piece of wood right here. Of course, there wasn't one right there because we wouldn't have been able to open it. And of course, that ladder is gone. And up here, this wall right here was just completely hidden away, and in front of it were a bunch of furnaces that we would use. I think we'll just go down this now. Yeah. It's a bit dark in here because everything, yeah. Everything in here also got moved, you know. These were our storage silos that we had used. These aren't as complex as the ones we have in the town. Those ones will, you know, you put them in one chest over here and it just automatically filters it all and puts it into separate things and whatnot. And this is kind of like a, you know, oh yeah, it locked me out now. Kind of like a secret entrance thingy. I know I said I'd wait to the end, but it's just a short little one, so. Okay. Now if we come over here, yep. Because the person who was living here got banned or something because of some server drama or whatnot, I don't know. But they did get banned, so I cleared out all their stuff and kind of emptied it so then someone else could move in here. And I think this is the last thing on this topmost level. So we're gonna go down to the bottom level, and then we're just gonna, not the bottom, but you know. Yep. And see, we have the same thing, empty residence kind of thing. And this was our little farm. It wasn't the biggest thing, but it worked for us. It, you know, it did what we needed it to do. Yep, we had pumpkins and stuff, and then some netherrack right here. And yeah, this waterfall and these and whatnot were actually done later, afterward, because I was trying to overhaul the system a little bit, you know, but not over. I was trying to make it look better, make it, you know. Oh, I almost forgot. This was our chorus fruit place, and that's kind of the edge of our place and whatnot. But yeah, this is where we'd have a few thing, and every so often we'd come down here and break that off, you know. So, and then this was the enchanted, which I had built this. You know, I had done the main structure for it, and this is one of the rooms that I really loved. You know, I really enjoyed building this one. And then Guardian Witch. And for the rest of this time, I'm just gonna call her Witch because that's what I usually call her to shorten it. She decorated this. You know, I did a few things. I did this checkered pattern and whatnot, but she did the rest of it. I'm gonna go in F1 mode for a minute. If I can get away with doing this. Yes. She put fire underneath these furnaces to kind of, yeah, I'm gonna go out that again. She put fire underneath these furnaces to kind of make it look like they were smoking and, you know, actually cooking and stuff, which I think was nice. And I'm gonna go back for a second. Okay. And then and here I did this freezer. You know, we have some ice. Huh. Yeah, I figured this food was still in here. I just haven't checked until now. But yep. And then if we come over this way, this was meant to be like a it's meant to look like a wine storage area, but it was meant to hold potions. And it was up there. Darn it. Oh yeah, we don't have the thing anymore. We used to have a thing that allowed us to jump a lot higher. And because these are staircases, you know, up there, we were still able to open these, but we never wound up using them. And I don't remember exactly why. But, yeah. And, yeah, I was a bit limited with the ceiling on this one, you know, mostly because the kitchen, you know, or restaurant, whatever, above it, you know, was literally right above it. So I went through a lot of ceiling designs, and this is the one that I wound up sticking with. And this down here, this isn't an aesthetic one, but this is like a little, it's kind of like a dairy supplies. You know, this is our milk cow. This is the only one that's kind of hasn't seen the sun, maybe ever. And then we have these chickens. Yeah, that supply us with eggs. So then if we come back this way, yeah, we'll go over this way real fast. This was our tree farm for a while. The new one was down that way, but we're not going to go down that way yet. But yeah, it was just a big wide open area so that we could grow them, you know, chop them down and whatnot. Yeah. So then if you go over this way, this was Guardian Witch's house. You know. Not that furnished anymore. There used to be like plants and stuff everywhere. It looked really nice. This one I actually decorated myself. You know, obviously it's not decorated anymore, but it, you know, it used to be. And then yep, and then if we go down a level, yep, over here we have the what does that say? Animal feed. I was yeah, I had just kind of like had this image in my head pop up, you know, during work. It's like, hey, yeah, I can make a little kind of dome-ish pasture underground and put some logs and stuff like that, and you know, have animals and stuff, and we can put it down here because this is an empty space. And then over here, the plans for this one kind of never happened. You know, we have horses and whatnot in here, but the goal was so that, you know, you can come in through over here and so, you know, grab your horse or whatnot, ride it up here, and then it would trip this, yeah, this wire right here, and this door or whatnot would automatically open. Okay, and then you'd hit these pressure plates right here. You can barely see them, but yeah, those edges right there, and then it would automatically close again. And then when you were done riding, you know, around or whatever, and you decided to come back, then you'd step on these pressure plates, the door would open, and then you'd hit this rope, then the door would close. And just kind of like an automatic thing to help keep mobs out and, you know, be able to ride and whatnot. But yeah. Okay. So now we're gonna go down another level. Oh. This was oh. I'm just gonna use my, yep. this is a tunnel I made to connect our mines and a friend of mine's base. Near the end, or maybe in another video, I can tell you guys about this guy. But the reason I didn't make my farm that big is because we had this. Yeah, this guy was a bit yeah, mining out all this stuff in here. He wasn't the only one who had massive mining projects, though. I had one too. Actually, I think we had a couple, maybe. Okay, so now that that's done, now we're going down another level. And there used to be an enchanting table right here, but now it's gone. But this was kind of our dungeon-esque enchanting table. So, yep, and yeah. I dug this all out, put grass in here, which was really tricky. This part, yeah, was really tricky because the farm is right above us, and I had to be really careful and had to pick and choose if I wanted that water to flow out over here or not, which I decided, you know, I'd rather have this here than, you know, the waterfall. Yeah. This part, yeah, this part over here used to be a blaze grinder, but it got moved. So let's see, if I do home potion, yep, this is the mined out remnants of the blaze grinder, and you can see all the glass and light and whatnot. So I'm just gonna go back. There's not much down there. It's just a bunch of empty chests, you know, for extra potions. Okay. Yeah, we're not gonna go up that way. We're gonna go down this way. This yeah, this was a friend of Witch's, and this was kind of her or his apartment. I don't know. I never actually met this person, you know, but this is kind of what they had done with the place. This was one of the last builds that I ever did here, and I'd done it because I realized that there was this huge empty space that I had done nothing with, and I wanted to do something with it. Now if we come over here, you can see, you know, we're below that path up there, and so we have to deal with that waterfall too. Ah yes, and I had this on, I had this light out here, which is also a bit tricky to wire. So that basically we had some other members that, you know, had moved out or whatever now that aren't here, that kept leaving the spawner on, and I, you know, that if there's a lot of mobs, it, you know, will take a hit on the frames per second that I would get. Now this is the grinder right here. Now obviously that wiring goes through that wall over there and kind of meets it. You know, see this one is too because this one is on too because they're off. And oh yeah, I mined that out. This isn't actually functioning at the moment. This was something that TD helped walk me through. So basically what would happen was they would land right here. Yeah, that's a bad example. So they would, the way it's been explained to me, that blazes, when they were not hostile, take the kind of like the AI method or whatever of chickens. So, you know, so they'll just walk around, kind of, they won't fly up, you know. So when they'll fall down here, they'll fall down there, they'll get pushed, and the player can now kill them. I didn't have a fancy one. I didn't have like a killer something to kind of help weaken them for me. I didn't want to deal with all that extra stuff because then that would mean I'd have to build it lower, and I didn't really want to do that at the moment. So now if we come down here, this is the one that TD built, and this is a spider one. So I'm gonna mine this. Yep. Yeah, like I said, I didn't build this one. There's nothing wrong with it. It's perfectly functional. You know, but yeah. This would obviously be used for string and other. Nope. 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 Get down. Get down. Get down. So. Yeah. And you can kind of see out over that way. Oh, let's turn that off. Okay, so yeah, we've been over there. We've seen this. Yeah, we've seen up there. This was the tunnel. If we look back up that way, hello there, we can see back where we were. And this way, this, yeah, was meant to be like a trading post for a bunch of villagers and whatnot, that we collected through cured zombie villagers. And it was really hard to get them in here. Yeah, this is our nitwit, so he doesn't get a boat. But now coming down here more, yeah, these aren't really to theme that much, but we have the cocoa bean farm. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'll be right back with you. Give me 1 second. Apparently my Wi-Fi just cut out. Okay, so we're back, and I had dropped that because there was something in my hand. Sorry, I'm just trying to make sure I have nothing in it so I'm not messing anything up. I don't know who placed these here because there were meant to be any here. But yeah, this is what we have here. And I just made it just to kind of make it so that we had one. And then over here, this is another one of my favorite builds. I wanted to make this look like a kind of like we were expanding outward, but it was still in development, you know. So if you come down here, you'll see kind of like an unmade kind of tunnel. There's still ores, there's still stuff. Everything's kind of scattered. And it looks like we've stumbled onto like a cultish nether portal. My thing behind it was I wanted to make it look like they were worshipping something in the nether. What that is, you know, whatever. I didn't think about that. But, you know, they had maintained it, they had made sacrifices and whatnot, and because they're not sacrificing anymore, the nether is slowly reaching out into this world. There's nothing to hold it back. There's nothing satisfying it anymore. So now it's reaching out, trying to satisfy itself. You know, this room was a real pain to mine out. I'll say that. It was one of the, you know, sorry, I'm just cracking my knuckles. While I was mining this, I was just, you know, it just took, I think it took me a few days to mine this one up just because I had to do it in steps. Because I'd mine a little bit and then I'd go do other stuff, and the next day I'd mine a little bit, go do some other stuff. Because I got bored of mining there. But yeah. Yeah, this was also one of my most favorited rooms when it got done. And I really love that room too. So if we come back up here, we have 2 more rooms on this level. And then we go down 1 more. And we got a spider here. And I don't want your string, and I don't want your spider eye, so I'm just gonna let her on the ground. Okay. Actually, let's show you the sea dome first. Through the building of that room over there, I decided that this room wasn't, because this used to be blue. It's not, pretty sure it's still blue glass. But it used to be all quartz, you know, for the walls and stuff. And I didn't like it because it stood out from the rest of the base. From the rest of the base, it looked really ugly. You know, it just didn't fit in the theme. So I made it fit in the theme. We used oak wood to do the beams. And, sorry. We did oak wood to do the beams, and we made the walls with cobble. I never came back here and kind of prettied it up a little bit, you know, because we wound up moving. Yeah. You're gonna hear me talk about the move a lot. And this, yeah, the community kind of, whatever, which this room actually served no purpose. It was meant to be like a storage silo area, but then that got, you know, set up over there. And then it was meant to be kind of like a potion brewing area, but then that got set up in Witch's Place because it was just too far of a walk to go back and forth, you know, because all the supplies were in other places. So it just became an aesthetic build. And this is my favorite. Yeah, this is my favorite, you know, kind of build here. And this was the hardest room to do. And this was another one where I got the image, just kind of the random idea to build this at work. And I was like, that would look awesome, you know, kind of after I had it. And so as soon as I got home, I plopped down and I immediately picked out an area and started mining it out. I was originally going to do it on that side, but it would have collided with the old tree farm. Tree farm that I showed you guys earlier. So I did it on this side instead. And it still turned out looking pretty awesome, if I do say so myself. Yeah, have this like table thing with a cactus and a mushroom in there. And yeah, an ender chest. I tried to place an ender chest in each room of this base. And what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come back here and I'm gonna write a bunch of like books filled with lore of the base, you know, made up or not. And I'm gonna kind of randomly place them around in here. Okay, so now we're gonna go down to another level. There it goes. Sorry, I'm trying to... That should do it. There it goes. Oh, right. There's also that string. Now, this is the sub-ravine. When I had first stumbled upon this base, this was all empty and... sorry about that. some of you are probably thinking, don't you have fly? Well, when that Wi-Fi cut out, it kind of disabled it, and I forgot to type in the command when I came back. But yeah, I had found this kind of place, and near the very end I had started doing stuff with this. For a while it just kind of sat empty and unused, and this is the new tree farm that I had dug out. This was originally a cobble mine, but later in the the use of the space, I was kind of thinking, why don't we convert this into a tree farm? There's a lot more space, and there's a lot more stuff that we can do with this space. Okay, give me 1 second. I'm gonna kill this guy too. He's being annoying. Okay, sorry about that. And then if we go up these stairs here, you should be able to see two things. There is the spider grinder or whatever thingy, and then up here, those were the storage silos, and then right up here, the old tree farm. So if we come back down here, yeah, this was also a bit of a pain to do, to place in all that stone up there and then to make a framework for it, because I really wanted to make it look supported. That's one key thing of my builds, is whatever I do build, I want to make it look really supported. I want to make it look like this could exist in real life almost. So I'd done, forever putting support beams and whatnot, and I think it just looks beautiful. And of course we have a creeper coming at us now. Okay, back to business. We have a skylight there that runs right next to the entrance to the base. And then this kind of is our skeleton grinder that we would, let's do a demo of it. So that lever right there would activate, a few lights in the ceiling. And therefore, skeletons, which I think have a much better AI than zombies, would come down, go up, and then fall to within an inch of their life over, oh, that's weird, there used to be a stair there. They'd fall to within like an inch of their life, so then all you have to do is go up here, wait for him to fall, and I put this lovely glass here so that you could see it. Yep. Ta-da! And then they'd be placed into this chest over here. Yeah, we are nearing the end of the ravine. I'm pretty sure I've showed you guys everything that I've done in here. So yeah, now let's move to all the secret passageways and whatnot. This should be fun. And I'm gonna take this time now to type in fly. Okay. So, probably not gonna show you all of them, just because I don't remember all of them. But this is one of them that TD had built. Now there used to be diamond ore here, but somebody, we don't know who, mined out that ore. So we put, those stone half slab blocks there, which makes it a bit more, obvious. But if we come back through here, yeah, this was an obvious entrance, but I just didn't want to do it at the moment. So let's see, do that button again. Now this is one of our elytra tunnels. Now you might have seen these elytra tunnels all throughout the video, and you might have been questioning yourself, why is there a hole in that wall? That is one of the elytra tunnels. Okay, so basically I discovered a glitch that lets you travel through this one by, you know, kind of thing when you dive down with your elytra. It doesn't suffocate you, it doesn't cause you any harm or anything. You know, it's safe to do. But then you can travel through these little 1x1 tunnels, and I don't have to light them up because nothing would spawn down here. Except maybe baby zombies or spiders if it's wide enough, but I haven't had any problems with it. So let's see, what's this one? This is that unclaimed apartment. Then if we go this way, my house. And then, I apologize if, I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's people stomping around upstairs. And then I'm not gonna go that way, but that down there is the freezer. You know, so you can fall down there, open the trapdoor, fall in the freezer. That's the unclaimed one. Let's go to my room. So back before this server, no, wrong way. Sorry about that. But back before this server had reset in January, I had a house in a kind of snow biome. But there was kind of like this hidden room. I'm just gonna give you some backstory here. There's this hidden room in it, and later it turned into like a challenge for people when they visited my house. You know, we're in the basement, find the hidden room. You know, but I can't go back there now. I don't have a world save or anything, and I don't believe I can get access to one. I'll try and ask if you guys want to see that old house tour, you know. But yeah. So basically, later on, someone made a joke about it being like a dungeon or something. I don't exactly remember. Well, to make an homage to that room, you can see the sticky piston there that would have hidden it. But I had done this one, but for this one I went all out. You know, we have these hanging things right here, you know, tools of the, you know, trade, and then like a table or whatnot, and then kind of chains hanging down from the ceiling. And let's go to one. Oh, hold up, I'm gonna toss those in the fire. There's no place like home. Yeah, and then I just put like some home is lost. He is watching. And thought I put one more in here, but I guess not. Good, you're awake. I'll be back soon. Don't leave without me. I kind of just put those up to mess, you know. But yeah, this is my. I have legit scared a few players because they've stumbled across that. So. Okay. So now let's go explore a few more of these elytra. Turn it. I'm gonna talk off. Fly. And then I'm gonna take off. Come on. Okay, we're not gonna go through that way. sorry. Yeah. I'm still not, the best person at it. Okay. So yep, this is another one of our elytra tunnels. You can kind of see it pops up there. You could spy on people or whatnot. Whatever you want to do. Yep, and then we pop out here where you just saw me failing trying to get in there. Yep, this is the ladder that takes us down to this level. Yep. So we're gonna go back up here. I believe there's another one in TD5 updates room. It's either that or No, it was in the farm area, I think. Maybe. Oh yeah, it was in the horse stable. That's where it was. Yep, it was right behind this guy. Just gonna... Yep, and this was another one. Yep, and then you could like kind of spy on people in there. And this was another entrance kind of across from there. This is kind of... I guess this is where it just pops out. But yeah, I kind of forgotten about that one. I forgot where I had put it. This is just a really tiny one. It's not really that much of a secret anything. But, if I do it here, waha, pop out, over here. And I think that concludes our tour of this space. Oh, we have one more kind of entrance to show you guys. And it's not much, and it's one you kind of saw. Direct free fall to the blaze grinder. There is water. Ta-da! We're gonna toggle fly again just to kind of get back up here. Okay. And yeah. And see? Our elytra tunnel. Did somebody just throw an egg at me? Oh my. Okay. Yep. And here is the kind of surface, which you can barely tell that there's anything here. Yeah. I mean, you can tell that there's something here, definitely, but you can't really anymore. And over that way is kind of the abandoned town of Hillfar, but I'm not going to get into that this episode. But thank you guys for watching. I will see you later. Like, comment, the whole shebang. But yep. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later.